Hey everybody, RC's back here again, back in Revelation. I'm doing a little bit of a redo on my last one. I didn't like it, so I hope everybody's doing good out there. This is Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. Getting close to the end time for all of us. It's looking pretty ugly out there. I was watching a little news clip. I hate watching news. I don't advise you to watch the news, but obviously in some fashion or manner, we need to know what's going on out there. That just makes sense. Yeah, so to say don't watch the news, it's very upsetting sometimes, especially when it's twisted and so convoluted. It's just, yeah, anyway. I was watching a little clip about somebody, and this goes in hand with what's been going on in America this last couple of years, what we're allowed to say, what we should say, what we shouldn't say. And the Bible talks about it, Romans, how we've dressed it all up and made it look like, we make the evil look good and the good look evil. It's just terrible. They're talking about a gentleman's mistress, which everyone knows a mistress is a woman of a cheating husband who has they usually have money, and they can hide these things, and this woman is their, I guess, concubine or whatever. But they were telling the people and other people in the news media, don't call her a mistress, call her a codependent. So it just kind of struck me funny because it's exactly what the Bible says. When we in the days that are the end days, that people will be absolutely immune to the truth, and they will be evil in every bit of the way. It's just crazy and scary. So anyway, Revelation 1, real quick, just a backdrop on it. Revelation chapter 1 is a forward, if you would, of who God is, what he's doing, what his plan is, pretty much. Chapter 2 goes down, 2 and 3 go to the messages of the churches, which is the churches of Asia, which is all of us. It's this whole thing in Revelation is for way back when, now, and the end time. And I'm just going to get us caught up on this so we kind of get it. Chapter 4 and 5 introduces the church. We get drawn up into heaven and we actually meet God, and then that's in 4 and 5. It's us worshiping God, and then we go right into 6, which is the tribulation period, beginning of it, and that's where all the seals and everything is opened up, and the earth starts getting hammered with all kinds of good stuff. So we'll just jump to that. I know I've been past here all the way, but so 6 is the Lamb opens one of the seals, and then this is where the 4 beasts come in, and then this is the horses are introduced here. So the horses are sent down with the angels to do destructive things to the earth. That gets us through 7. The angels are declaring the end of God's people, and there are so many of them. So this is the people that are in the tribulation that were not taken up to God in the first coming. These are the people that didn't believe, but now that they've seen what's going on, there's so freaking many of them that are signing up on God's side, which is, it's the biggest revelation revival, that we'll ever have, and it's coming. So that's good news. I mean, so many people that it says they cannot be counted by man. So, and that gets us into 7 is all the people. 8 and 9, the angels are continuing to cast judgments, and this goes through this cast. It's good to read. Just take it, read it, just dive into it. Look, I believe Satan has made this book difficult to read. I believe he's convinced people that it's hard to understand. It's Remember, his whole purpose, like the enemy, his whole purpose is to somehow debunk the people of the good things that the Lord has for them. He figures out ways to convince people. One of the old sayings I remember was, all that needs to have happen for evil to happen is for good men to do nothing. And we all know this has gone on for years. So, you don't have to do a lot. Just do a little bit, I believe if every parent in this world, whether they were pastors, teachers, doesn't matter, if they just trained their children, if they just brought their children up into the laws of God, the rules and regulations and his ways, that's all I believe that Jesus really wanted all of us to do. Now, granted, there's people like Billy Graham that are just great. They say it like it is. They're not scared of anybody, In fact, so many of them have become great friends of presidents and governments, and but everybody has a job. Do something. We're not all meant to be preachers. We're not all meant to be evangelists. We're not all meant to be encouragers. We're parts of the body. God uses that exclamation because if you look at the body and count the parts, I don't know how many parts there are, probably thousands upon thousands of actual parts in the body. But do your part. You're not any less if you're a thumb or a thumbnail than if you're a right elbow. You're still part of the body and you have a purpose. So we all need to do our parts. This whole thing in Revelation is, it's been a really a wonderful, eye-opening awareness to me that the end is coming. It's been a long time, and we've been talking about it for a long time. And some people say, "Well, it's been so long. Are you kidding me? It's never going to come." But trust me, it is. It's written in here, and it's coming. I think all the prophecies have been. I think all of them have actually been done. I think the last real major prophecy was Jerusalem becoming a nation again. And then now we're looking at all the crazy things in the world that's happening. In Revelation, one of the where's that at? The two prophets in Revelation that are brought into the scene, and they have power. A lot of people, there's a lot of different versions of the people and who they believe these prophets are. I don't think that's really important. We have to kind of remember there's certain things that we don't have to worry about it. Practice their prophets, and they have a job to do, and they do it. And they do their job, and then finally the beast gets to kill them, and then 3.5 days later they rise up against, which, again, everybody's even scared more. All these unbelieving people are just panicking, but there's all these things that are happening. The reason why I brought that up was because of technology and the way that Revelation says that the whole world will see these two prophets die and lay in the streets for 3.5 days. It's here. We have such technology. And it's getting crazy out there. So it's coming close, everybody. Let's get ready. Get your battle boots on. And get your armor on, too. The armor of God is something very important. I think I mentioned it earlier. We can actually go there, and let's run through that real quick. That's something that every Christian needs to do on a daily basis. I absolutely believe that. I have been now, so it's been almost a year that I've been voicefully asking the Lord to help me put my armor on every morning when I wake up. It's just something I want to do, and I believe it can help me get through each and every day. It's just amazing. So we're here in Ephesians 6, 13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. It takes a minute, less than that. I mean, I don't know if you have to do it in that exact order, just get it on, because it's the whole idea is, look, we see a real small amount of what's really going on in the absence of our visions and what we can see and detect and what we know here as humans. There is a spiritual side that's if you could, I think if you could see it, it would literally scare you to death. I don't even know if we can handle it. There's so much stuff going out there. Angels fighting against demons. It's a nonstop thing. I'll try to remember to find that spot in the Bible where the Lord gives somebody in the Old Testament a glimpse. He pulls back the veil, lets them see what's going on, and it's crazy. So we don't actually see how severe everything really is that's going on out there, but we still need to we need to take care of ourselves here on earth. And it's in the Bible. Put your armor on every day. It's good. Football players, race car drivers, they wear helmets to protect their heads. The football players wear chest protect, all this stuff. There's just all this kind of stuff that people put on to protect themselves. We're putting this on to protect the spiritual part. And of course, the body too. So, yeah, I think that's kind of something we need to get into doing that. So, I'm not going to keep this one really long. I just wanted to get back in, and this is real. This is happening, people. If you don't know the Lord, and if you know somebody that doesn't know Him, look, you don't have to be an evangelist or a preacher to tell somebody about the Lord. You don't even actually have to tell them. You just have to live it. You have to just live the right way. Be that person. Be that kind, sincere person who cares about other people. You know, don't drive like you need to be there first. Don't talk like you always have to be talking, and listen to people. There's just all kinds of different ways to be a good Christian person. The whole world is confused because there's so many crazy people out there that are proclaiming they're Christians and they're not. It's really sad. It's so sad. It breaks my heart. But those people are going to be dealt with big time. I feel sorry for them. They're going to be. The Lord is not going to be happy with them. They're going to be like the lukewarm church. You know, they don't have that fervor for it, and they don't have that desire to do it right. They just nonchalantly do whatever they feel is right, and that's awful. It pulls a lot of people away from the actual true reality of it. So just be that good person today. And again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Yesterday's gone. You could feel bad about it if you want. If you didn't do it right, you can feel good about it. So that's all good. Today is here. This is what we have. This 24-hour period is all we have. And a minute ago, I can't go back and take it back. And then tomorrow, we can make plans for it, but it's not here yet. We don't know if we're going to make it. There's many people that will die today in this world for whatever reason, and they don't get to see tomorrow. Live today like it's the last day of your life. I think a lot of times we should take notes from people who have serious death-defying illnesses they know they're not going to be here for more than 6 months. I think it would be really interesting to be in their shoes for a minute. What would you do if this was your last 6 months or 6 days or whatever? What would you do? We need to live like this is our last day. We don't have any way to make it right tomorrow. If you put that in your mind and you put that in your perspective and you live like that, we wouldn't have this stupid rioting and this crazy stuff going on and all these people out there doing stupid things. I don't care who was shot. I don't care who was arrested. I don't care who died. It doesn't matter. There's people that are just out of control. And you know why that is? It's because they don't know and they don't care. They don't care about anything or anybody else except their own selfish self. And that is a sad world. One that I honestly can't wait to get out of, but I will be out of this world in God's time when He's ready. And in the meantime, I'll try to love these crazy people. As much as they aggravate me, I will do my best, but you are the only person today that can make a difference and do it right in your life. You can't change other people. You can help some people and maybe they will change, but you have to worry about yourself, who you are, and what you're doing. The Revelation is walking us through this thing so we can understand how good it can be or how bad it can be. So decide today what side you're on. As for me and my house, I try my hardest every day to serve the Lord. He is my Lord and my shepherd, my Savior. He is my friend. And I will do what I can. I'm not going to be perfect at it, so don't expect me to be. I don't expect you to be. I just expect you to make that effort, the attempt, and give Him all you have. I'm going to try to blend in a little bit of songs that I listen to every day into my videos. I'm not sure how I can do it. I got to see if it's legal or not. Can you imagine putting somebody's song on a video and they turn around and sue you? That would be a bummer. But anyway, I'll see if I can find out if I can actually do this. But music, think about music. I love all kinds of music. I grew up in the 70s, in the 80s, and but good Christian music that's devoted to the Lord, that sings that you love Him and about His greatness. And until you've tried it, it's something that'll change your life. But anyway, we're all different in that area. You just need to take care of yourself, who you are, what are you going to do with today, and how are you going to be the best person possible. And Jesus is waiting for you there. He stands at your door and He knocks and He's hoping that you'll let Him in. So let Him in. That's what I would do. That's what I have done. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. I love you all out there, and let's keep poking towards this thing and see if we can get all of ourselves in place so we're ready for this when it comes. That's kind of, you just be ready. Yeah, it's like an athlete. They practice at what they do. Paul talks about it. He talks about running the race and practicing. That's how you get good at it. All right, ours is out of here. It's still about 40 degrees today and a little windy. So I went out for a little drive this morning, and I'm back in my little fortress here, and I'm doing more research for all of you people. All right, take care. Have a great day.